This photo of Turkish President Erdogan and Volodymyr Zelensky has gone viral. The Ukrainian embassy in Turkey shared it just a few hours after Donald Trump gave Zelensky an unprecedented dressing down at the White House. While Washington is pivoting away from Ukraine, many suggested that the scene was a reminder of Erdogan's firm support of Zelensky. And it seems Turkey is looking to play a bigger role in Europe's security. It has the second largest army in NATO after the US. Erdogan has warned that the continent's defenses need his involvement.
Without including Turkey, it's becoming increasingly impossible for Europe to continue being a global actor. To put it plainly, establishing European security without Turkey is inconceivable.
Turkey has definitely become more important for Europe now, in the wake of sort of a new White House, a new Trump administration that is telling Europeans loud and clear that they're on their own when it comes to European security.
Erdogan has consistently defended Ukraine's territorial integrity since Russia's 2022 invasion and provided Kyiv with military support, including drones. But he has also maintained good ties with Russia and refused to join Western sanctions against Moscow. Turkey is neighbors with both Russia and Ukraine on the Black Sea, and Erdogan has tried to play a mediating role, repeatedly offering to host peace talks between them.
Ankara has long played a balancing act with Russia, and all indications are that they want to continue that. They don't want to have a confrontational position vis-a-vis Russia. On the other hand, they do want Ukraine to survive. They do want stability in the Black Sea. So that creates a huge overlap in terms of European interests and Turkish interests.
Ankara is proud of its arms and defense industries, which have developed significantly over the past decade, producing everything from short-range missiles to high-tech drones. In 2024, Turkish defense exports increased to over $7 billion. Bayraktar TB2 drones have been sold to countries around the world, including EU members Poland and Romania.
Turkey is a sizable defense exporter, not on par with United States and China and so on, but it has important defense industrial capabilities. So there could be a situation in which Turkey and Europe do more, combining European technology and Turkey's manufacturing capabilities.
NATO estimates that Turkey has more than 480,000 military personnel. The troops are considered to be battle-ready, with experience from recent military operations in Iraq, Syria or Libya. And Turkish officials have signaled that Ankara would be open to sending troops to Ukraine for a potential European peacekeeping mission. But Erdogan has already made it clear that his involvement would not be for free.
We remain committed to our goal of full EU membership. We expect a strategic and visionary attitude from the EU and, accordingly, an immediate revitalization of our relations.
Turkey's bid to join the European Union has been on hold for years, mainly because of concerns over Ankara's human rights record and increasing authoritarianism. It's unlikely Erdogan will get full EU membership anytime soon, but
he would definitely be looking for a ground bargain, one in which Turkey economically benefits. I think he would undoubtedly also want Europeans not to make Turkey's democratic backsliding in human rights a key component of their engagement with Turkey.
Some European officials have signaled that they are ready to increase defense cooperation with Turkey, but questions remain over how far that will go and what Erdogan might get in return.
For more, let's bring in Karol Wasilewski, who's head of the Department for Turkey, Caucasus and Central Asia at the Center for Eastern Studies in Warsaw. Karol, welcome to DW. Thanks for your time. We just heard there in that report the idea of a grand bargain. What do you think President Erdogan would ask for in return for any increased defence cooperation with Europe?
Well, Turkey has very well-defined interests when it comes to its future of cooperation, of its cooperation with the European Union. And it is very clear that it wants to have a full package. What does it mean from Turkish perspective? It means that on the one hand, Turkey wants, of course, to bring back the topic of the accession negotiations. This is the first thing Turkey wants. Secondly, if we turn to Hakan Fidan and what he said recently about the future of Turkey-European cooperation without NATO, Turkey wants to be a part of, new security architecture in Europe. And what does it mean that Turkey wants to be a part? It means that Turkey doesn't want to be, consulted from time to time when there is, let's say, a need to have Turkey close to European Union. Turkey wants to be a part, which means that Turkey wants to be among the parties that bring this new structure to reality. Secondly, it wants to have a say. Turkish decision makers have been saying that the European Union lacks vision and clear vision and strategic vision of its relationship with Turkey, and that Turkey is ready to, be there for the European Union if the European Union decides to structure such a vision. But at the same time, it seems that Turkish decision makers are well aware of the fact that, probably cooperation will be much more limited. If we speak about security, if we speak about cooperation of defense sectors, I think that Turkish decision makers are well aware of the fact that probably the European Union won't be able in the near future to deliver this whole package, as I said. And instead, it will be probably interested in cooperation in, let's say, islands of cooperation or islands of co-creation way, which means that Turkey will be able to develop stronger ties with some European members like Portugal, like Spain, like Italy, like Poland, like Baltic states in the defense sector.
So, Karol, you see the prospects of Europe's defences relying more on Turkey as something quite realistic?
Well, there is a need. And if there is a need, we need to have to find new suppliers. But in my opinion, it would be really it will serve European interests better if we as European Union have a, first of all, clear vision of our relationship with Turkey. Secondly, if we, engage in some kind of exercise in which we as European Union will also look for synergies between possible cooperation between European Union, let's say, defense sector and Turkish defense sector. Mm-hmm. Because if Turkey will make these inroads on a bilateral way, it simply increases the possibility that, let's say, in decades, Turkey's defense sector will be a competitor, even bigger competitor to European defense sectors.
Mm-hmm. If I could ask you, Turkey's been very keen to position itself as the ideal host for talks between Washington, Kyiv and Moscow. Talks are now happening in Saudi Arabia. But do you think that Turkey can get itself into the conversation as a mediator?
Well, I don't think that Turkey may be a mediator, but it certainly is a very convenient place to have conversations. Just in the late February, United States and Russia have negotiated in Istanbul. So it is a very convenient venue. It used to be also a kind of, mechanism. Turkey served as a role of kind of mechanism that allowed Americans to deliver some messages to Russia, especially during Biden's presidency. But do I believe that Turkey can be a mediator? I don't. It doesn't have such a huge bargain position. At the same time, I believe that both Turkey and the European Union should be at the table when we speak about the negotiations, about the future of Ukraine. And of course, Ukraine also needs to be at the table. When Turkish leaders, exactly as European leaders and Ukrainian leaders say that there is a need for Europe, for Ukraine, for Turkey to be there for a stable peace, I believe that they are absolutely right about that.
Karol Wasilewski from the Center for Eastern Studies in Warsaw. Karol, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Well, for more now, I'm joined by Çiğdem Üstün, Professor of International Relations at Nish-An-Tashi University in Istanbul, and that is where she joins me now. Professor, it's good to have you with us. What do people think about being courted by European politicians, given the fact that Turkey is often held at an arm's length by some Europeans?
Thanks for inviting me. In terms of the public opinion, well, Tusk's visit to Turkey did not create a very big enthusiasm, I have to say. But I believe that this is because of the fatigue at the public level on Turkey-EU relations. And therefore, there wasn't much interest from the public, but from the people who are working on the European Union affairs, Turkey-EU relations, Turkey-West relations, this visit has been considered as an important step and an opportunity maybe to open some doors.
What about the idea of sending peacekeepers to Ukraine? Would Turkey take part in that kind of mission?
Turkey has been always a part of the peacekeeping missions in NATO, in international organizations as much as possible. So I believe that if there is an international backing, if there is an international legitimacy of this type of a mission, Turkey would be involved in the mission. So I don't think that would be an issue. And it has always been Turkey's military force has always been taking a role in the relations with the West. So in this time of the global affairs, I suppose military will play a role again.
There are problems with more EU-Turkey cooperation as Istanbul was hit with an arms embargo over its military intervention in Syria, and now Turkey is being invited to help rearm Europe. How will that work?
Ankara had some problems with the European Union, Brussels, and the European capitals regarding its Middle East policy. But what I can see is that since there was a change in Syria, the regime has been changed, and the attitude of the European Union leaders has changed towards the country, and we are all waiting for what's going to happen in Syria. And now we have to see that there is a new momentum in the international affairs. Things are changing. EU feels the need to find solution to its security architecture. We have been talking about the restructuring of the security architecture for such a long time, since 1990s. This has been on the agenda, but nothing has been happening. Nothing tangible really happened. And Turkey was saying that it wanted to be part of the, for example, PESCO projects, and it had been not accepted, but now with the new Rearm Europe project, the plans maybe through the manufacturing, maybe through the unmanned vehicles production, Leonardo and Baykar's agreement, memorandum of understanding between UK and Turkey, things are going to move.
Let me ask you, I've got about a minute left. At the end of the day, what is in this for Turkey? Is it money for its weapons industry, or is it more important to have more influence and power?
I think it's revitalization of relations between Turkey and European Union. And it's not only the arms industry or the defense sector, but I believe the customs union, modernization of the customs union, and the visa facilitation will be on the agenda.
All right. Well, we've covered a lot of territory. Professor Çiğdem Üstün, we appreciate your time and your valuable insights tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.